ancient Greek legend of two best friends named Damon and Pythias, and it takes place on the island of Sicily in ancient Rome. During this time, Damon and Pythias lived under a king that was so cruel and so tyrant nobody liked him. But Damon and Pythias were best of friends. Will his cruel rule separate the best friends? Or, in the end, will it bring them closer together? You will find out in our Reader's Theater, Damon and Pythias.
Long, long ago, there lived on an island of Sicily two young men named Damon and Pythias. They were known far and wide for their strong friendship each other had for one another. Their names came down in our time today to mean true friendship.
Those two, they're like Damon and Pythias.
The king of the country was a cruel tyrant. He made cruel laws, and he showed no mercy towards anyone who broke his laws. Now you might very well wonder,
why don't the people rebel?
well, the people didn't dare rebel because they feared the king's great and powerful army. No one dared to stand up, say a word against the king or his laws, except Damon and Pythias. One day, a soldier overheard Pythias speaking against a new law the king had permitted.
Our king is unfair.
Ho there! Who are you that dares speak against the king?
I am called.
Don't you know it is a crime to speak against the king or his laws?
When Pythias was brought in before the king, he showed no mercy or no fear.
King!
Oh, forgot the music.
Forgot the music!
Your Majesty, speaking against your laws.
So, Pythias, they tell me you do not obey of the law I made.
I am not alone, Your Majesty. I think your laws are cruel, but you rule the people with an iron hand. They dare not complain.
But you have the guts to complain for them.
No, Your Majesty. I speak for myself alone. I have only one. I have no wish to make trouble for anyone. But I am not afraid to tell you that the people are suffering under your rule. They want to have a voice in making the laws for themselves. You do not allow them to speak up for themselves.
In other words, you are calling me a tyrant. Well, you shall learn for yourself how a tyrant treats a rebel. Soldier, throw this man in prison!
At once! At once!
When Damon heard that his friend Pythias had been thrown into prison and the severe punishment that was to follow, he was heartbroken. He rushed to the prison and persuaded the guard to let him speak to his friend.
Oh, Pythias, how terrible to find you here. I wish I could do something to save you.
Nothing can save me, Damon, my dear friend. I am prepared to die, but there is only me. there is only one thought. But there is one thought that troubles me greatly.
What is it? I will do anything to help you.
I am worried about what will happen to my mother and my sister when I'm gone.
I'll treat them. I'll take. Gosh, I am forgetting these lines. I'll take care of them, Pythias, as if they were my own mother and sister.
Thank you, Damon. I have money to leave them, but there are other things I must arrange. If only I could go to see them before I die. But they live 2 days' journey from here, you know.
I'll go to the king and beg him to give you your freedom for a few days.
Do you believe for one moment that the king would let me leave this prison, no matter how good my word has been all my life?
I'll tell him that I shall take your place in this prison.
No, Damon, you must not do such a
Bye,
foolish
Felicia.
thing. I can't. I will not let you do this. Damon, don't go. Damon, you, my friend, you may find yourself in a
Your Majesty, I beg you. I beg of you. I said beg you. I said beg of you. Beg of you. Let Pythias go home for a few days to bid farewell to his mother and sister.
Pythias will never return here. I consider him a traitor, but I'm considering him no fool.
Your Majesty, I will take his place in the prison. You what? Until he comes back. If he does not return, then you may take my life in his place.
What did you say, Damon?
I'm so confident of Pythias that I am offering to die in his place if he forgets. Fails to return on time.
I can't believe you mean it.
I do mean it, Your Majesty.
You make me very curious, Damon. So curious that I weren't willing to put you and Pythias to the test. This exchange of prisoners will be made, but Pythias must be back 2 weeks from today at noon.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
If your friend does not return on time, you shall certainly die no mercy.
Break that hat.
Pythias did not like the king's bargain with Damon. He did not want to leave his friend in prison with the chance of losing his life. If something went wrong, but at last Damon persuaded him to leave, and Pythias set out for his home. More than a week went by. The day set for the occasion on which the king had proclaimed Pythias to go home, everywhere people met, the talk was surely about the two friends.
No, not so fast.
Excuse me. First voice.
Do you suppose Pythias will come back?
Why would he stick his head under the king's axe once he's escaped?
So would an honorable man like Pythias let such a good friend
There's no telling what a man will do. It's a question of his own life against others.
But if Pythias doesn't come back before the time is up, he will be killing his friend.
Well, there's still a little time for one uncertain that Pythias will come.
And I am just as certain that he will not his friendship, but a man's own life is something stronger, I say.
2 days before the time was up, the king visited Damon in his prison himself.
You see now, Damon, that you was a fool to make this deal. Your friend has tricked you. He will not return back to be killed.
I have faith in my friend. I know he will return.
We shall see.
I know.
Meanwhile, when Pythias reached his home of his family, he gave them some money. Then he said a last few words to them before setting back to the city.
Pythias, it will only take you 2 days to get back. Stay another day, I beg you.
I dare not stay any longer, mother. Remember, Damon is locked up in my prison cell while I'm gone. Please don't make it harder for me. Farewell. Don't weep for me. Bye, Felicia.
So Pythias began his journey in plenty of time. But bad luck struck him on the very first day at twilight. As he was walking on a lonely street of woodland, a rough voice called.
Not so fast, young man. Stop.
Oh. What is it? What do you want?
Your money bags.
My money bags? I only have this small bags of corn. I shall need them for some last favors, perhaps before I die.
What do you mean before you die? We don't mean to kill you, only to take your money.
I am to die by the king. I will give you my money, only if you please. I will give you my money, only don't delay me any longer. I'm to die by the king's orders 3 days from now. If I don't return to prison on time, my friend must die in my place.
A likely story, not what man would be fool enough to go back to prison ready to die.
And what man would be fool enough to die for you?
We will take your money and all right, and we'll tie you up.
On the last day, half an hour. But the two robbers took Pythias' money, tied him to a tree, and ran off as fast as they could. Pythias struggled to free himself. He cried out for hours, as loud as he could, for a long time. But no one traveled through that lonesome woodland. After dark, the sun had been out for hours. His family to free him.
The sun had been up for many hours before he finally managed to free himself.
Before he finally managed to free himself from the rope that tied him to the tree, he laid on the ground, hardly able to breathe. After a while, Pythias got to his feet, awake and dizzy from hunger and thirst, and he struggled to free himself. He set off again, day and night, traveling without stopping, desperately trying to reach the city to save Damon's life. On the last day, half an hour before noon, Damon's hands were tied behind his back, and he was taken into the public square. The people murmured angrily as Damon was led out by the jailer. Then the king entered and stood on a high platform.
Help me out.
Well, Damon, your lifetime is
Joe,
nearly
Joe has a
up.
special line.
Well, where is your friend? Your good friend now.
He's treating the shop.
Say long live the king.
Wait.
Okay, pick up 181.
What's going on?
Well, Damon, your lifetime is nearly up. Where is your good friend Pythias now?
I have faith in my friend. If he has not returned, I'm certain it is nothing of gosh. Can I just say not his fault?
Yep.
Not his fault.
The sun is almost overhead. The shadows is almost at the noon mark, and still your friend has not returned to give you back your life.
I am ready and happy to die in his place.
And you shall be, Damon. Jailer, lead this man.
I'm leading her to the.
I'm the king.
Wow!
In the play I'm a he.
You won!
Look, it's Pythias.
Get your cue to come out of the closet.
Damon!
Pythias.
Thanks to God I'm not too late.
You forgot about that part. I would have died for you gladly, my friend.
Set them free. Help me.
Set them free! Set them free! Let them die! Set them free! Let them die! Let them die! Let them die! Let
Have
them
I seen such faithful and friends, such loyalty between men that are many among you who call me harsh and cruel, but I cannot kill any man who claim or such strong and true friendship for another. Damon and Pythias, I set you free, both free. I'm king. I consider a great army. I have gold and jewels, but I would give all my money and my power for one friend like Damon and Pythias.
Play the music. This is our grand finale.
now!
Oh my goodness.
No!
Oh my God. Everybody
Here, you Not me, not me. You better move it.
That's our bye-bye song.
Big cinema.
Why did you ask me?
Okay, so why don't you guys ask them some questions, see if they're paying attention.
What was your most favorite part in the story?
Oh, that's not fun. Call one of my teacher, Roger.
Where you came back. And then you let him go.
Whenever they were about to die.
Just the teacher.
Character!
Oh, you get captured.
I'm gonna show you.
Who's your favorite character?
You.
The narrator.
Yes!
Yes!